So what I would suggest is that you have a go at activity number 3. Very similar but slightly less information this time. So what we're told in activity number 3 is that it's 20x9, and they've told us that there are 900 units in opening inventory and 300 units in closing inventory, and they've calculated that the profit under marginal costing principles is 100,000. So they've then told us that the overhead absorption rate, so they've given us that information, is $20. So what we've got to do is put all of that information together into the reconciliation statement, remembering that we're going to start with absorption costing and working down to marginal costing. So I would suggest that you have a go at that reconciliation, pause the recording while you're doing that, and then watch obviously the debrief to ensure that we're confident with this approach. Okay, so we are going to need our reconciliation statement, and we're following obviously from an alphabetical order point of view. Absorption A comes before marginal M. As I say, the only reason for actually having it that way round is to ensure is so that you don't actually have to worry about the inventory adjustments. You can almost just learn that we're going to always add on the opening and deduct the closing. Now you then substitute in the information that we've been told, and they have told us that under marginal costing the profit is 100,000. They've also told us that there are 300 units in closing inventory, and they've told us that there are 900 units in opening inventory. And the final thing is they've told us that the overhead absorption rate is $20 per unit. That means total value of fixed overheads, or the total amount of fixed overheads including in opening inventory, comes to 18,000, and in closing inventory is 6,000. Now these adjustments would be the way in which we adjust our absorption cost profit. So if we're working backwards from marginal cost profit, then we need to obviously reverse the order, and that would result in our absorption cost profit being less than the marginal cost profit and being 88,000. If you wanted to and you were slightly uncertain about that value, what you can also do is use that other reconciliation to make sure that you've got it the right way round. So in this case, we've been told about opening and closing inventory. So we can say, right, well, in this example, closing inventory was lower than opening inventory. Obviously, we don't know about production and sales, but we can then, I'm just going to abbreviate, under absorption cost profit in comparison to marginal cost profit, then what should happen is that absorption cost profit should be lower than the marginal cost profit. So that secondary element to the reconciliation almost just clarifies that yes, I've done the adjustments in the correct way.